for faith, friends, fashion, and food with you. I modified my closet this past weekend. I took out some of the very dark, heavy winter clothes in order to make some room for what I call the pre-spring items. I don't know about you, but I have found that I have certain pieces of clothing that aren't exactly winter, but they're not quite spring either. I call them my pre-spring clothes. We're in between seasons. There are things such as lightweight tops with maybe long sleeves, or maybe they're heavy clothes but in lighter colors. For instance, this sweater that I have on, which is a lacy see-through winter sweater, just seems too light and airy for a very cold day. So I call it a pre-spring sweater because it has long sleeves. It's a little too warm to wear into really warm weather. In Tennessee, anyway, in March, some days will be warm, and then the next day it'll be cold again, like it is today. We have a little bit of snow today, just in the air, not on the ground. But I have found that I have these odd pieces of clothes that don't fit any season. They're sort of in between seasonal clothes. I try not to buy these kind of clothes, honestly, but for some reason, somehow, an item will just jump out at me and suck me in, and there all of a sudden, I have an item that doesn't quite fit into a season. So unfortunately, I also have pre-fall items as well. You know, dark tops with 3/4 length sleeves, so they don't quite fit spring and they're not quite warm enough for fall. I don't know, it's weird. So I took some time this last weekend to find any of these odd pre-spring items and bring them from the upstairs off-season closet down to my closet that I use every day and line them up so that I could actually wear them. Am I making too much of this? Probably. But maybe it's because I find myself sort of in this in-between season of life. I work as a health insurance agent, but I don't work full-time. So I'm not retired, but sometimes it sort of feels like I'm retired. My husband is also an in-betweener because currently he's only working 3 days a week. So you may run into us on a Friday afternoon, maybe at the gym or at Home Depot or even at a movie theater, when normally other people are working, when normally we would be working, but we're not. It's kind of weird. I'm an in-betweener, and I kind of like it, actually. I feel like a teenager again, except without the acne and the curfews. As my older friends and family start getting new diagnoses and new restrictions on their health and their what they can do in life, I'm trying to savor my in-betweener status. I want to enjoy being a lacy white sweater on a cool March day while I still can. You may find yourself an in-betweener. Maybe you're in an in-between season of your life as well. Maybe you decided to work instead of going to college. Or maybe you're single after 30, when a lot of your friends are already married. Maybe you're young and widowed, or unexpectedly divorced. Maybe you're a new empty nester, or maybe you're suddenly unemployed at 60. I want you to know that God still has a purpose for your life. You may be broken, but God has not forgotten you. You still have a purpose. Come and be a lacy white sweater with me. Be an in-betweener. Remember in the Bible, we find Moses living many, many quiet years in Midian until one day the Lord spoke to him through a burning bush and told him that he needed to use him to help his people get out of Egypt. Sometimes God is using our in-between seasons to prepare us for the next one. Well, thanks for sharing a little bit of your Wednesday with me. Feel free to leave me some comments below. And of course, share this video with your in-betweener friends who may need a little encouragement. My guest next week is my friend Kelly Blumenberg. Kelly is a wife, a boy mom, and also a fashion consultant. But Kelly knows something about these in-between seasons of life. So be sure to check out her interview next Wednesday. Until then, friends,